Alright, we're upgrading these brakes today. I'm going to put slotted and drilled rotors on it and ceramic pads. So, this is a 2001 2500 HD. You've got, there's going to be two, I believe they're T30s. No, T50, sorry. Two T55s, and then you're going to have two 18mm bolts. So first you need to take off the caliper, and then we're going to have to remove those two 18mm bolts here to remove the caliper bracket. That way we can pull the rotor. So let me get that taken off and I'll bring you back on. So the way I like to do these, which maybe not the right way, but it's always worked for me. I take a screwdriver in there and I pry against the rotor. That way I can pull the tension. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but good. Take it in there. Let me shut you down for a second. Let me get this loosened up and I'll catch you back on. Alright, there we go. Got it off. I mean, the pads are almost brand new. I just put them on when I put this rear end on this truck, but we're going to upgrade. So basically you want to put this in here, and we're going to take a C-clamp. Let me set that C-clamp up real quick. And they have specialty tools and all that shit for this, but trusty little C-clamps always done well. Only time you're gonna have to use a specialty tool is for ones that have the emergency brake. There's a twist lock like on the 98 Mustangs and stuff like that. But get that all pushed in. What I do, especially on the rears, I take it and set it just in here. Like that. Let it sit out of the way. And we're going to loosen these two 18 mils out. Let me get those popped loose real quick and then I'll catch you back on. These things have Loctite on them, so at least they're supposed to. That bottom one I don't feel like has it on there. But you just undo those. Comes off just like that. Yeah, had some Loctite on it. I normally go back with the red Loctite. I used to use the orange, and I had one of the bolts come out when I was driving down the highway and lost brakes. So our next step, now we got this loose. Literally on these trucks, they just slide off. Emergency pads still look okay. Not great, but they're not bad. Alright. So this is what we're putting on. And these are from Detroit Axle. I've had pretty good luck with them on my wife's truck, so decided to go with them again. And they're an inexpensive way of upgrading your brakes. Shit's hard to do with one hand. Push them on there all the way. And then it's just a reverse process after that. I'm gonna put some red Loctite on these, put them back in. Let me get everything put back together. Then I'll cut you on once I got the wheels and all that, so you can kind of get an idea of what they look like from inside. Alright, that's on. So right here, you can see you have these slides. They normally just pop off. I mean, these are brand new, so I probably don't have to replace it. I mean, these brakes have like 100 miles on them since I replaced them, but they're dirty, and the truck sat for probably like 6 months before my brother got it from me. So we'll go ahead and replace everything with new. But these things literally just clip on. You just got to make sure, because you got a top and a bottom. So the bottom has a small side on this side, big side on the other. And you can see once you put them down, they just clip right in place like that. And then it's the same way for the top. Small side goes out, and then they'll just clip up in there. Nothing to it. Alright, and then on the pads, you got one with a, basically to let you know that your pads are getting low. This little piece will start, that's what starts squeaking on your brakes first. This will let you know it's getting close to time to change. Or you should change whenever you hear that. So they just slide up on those. Just like that. And then the outside doesn't have one of those, but it goes in the exact same way. So you just put it. Outsides are kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. You got to get them in there, get it around it. That way you can get everything lined up just right. And just like that. Alright, and then what I do is you get the little packets from O'Reilly's or wherever you're getting your parts from online. They come in little packets about like this. This is brake grease. So you want to put that on all your slides, all your metal to metal places. So I normally coat the whole outside of this, back side of the pad. That way up here, so that way when this is sitting against it and the inside of this lip is sitting against it, keeps it from squeaking. Because a lot of times you might have a brake squeak and your pads and rotor and all that stuff's fine, and a lot of it's just from the metal to metal sitting there squeaking right like that. So I've got this brake grease here. I've had it for years. It's always been really well. Never had any issues. So I just take a little on the brush and just basically paint it on. You know, I coat the entire backside. I mean, granted, I could just come in here and just coat this and then those right there, and it'd be just the same, but I've just always done it on the inside here. It works well. And then I will dab a little bit on the slides, just from when that stuff's moving. That way it doesn't make any kind of noise. Same thing on the inside. Just get me a big goop. That's all it is there. And then I'll take the pins and I'll coat them too. So you just put it on there, brush it on. Let me get all this stuff brushed on and I'll show you how to slide these in. Alright, I went ahead and slid the caliper on because it's kind of a pain in the butt to do with one hand, but the way I do it, I normally set it in there like this, and then I'll slide that one pin in there, let it slide down, and then you've got these little rubber boots that you have to make sure aren't in, or folded over. Then you just take it, slide your pin in, and then it screws to the caliper itself. But this is what allows it to be able to slide in and out. It allows you to be able to brake because it has the play for the inside there. And then those are the T55s. But I mean, that's all there really is to it. To change your brakes, and then, you know, it's the same process if you're not using slotted and drilled. If you're just changing the rotors. If you're not changing the rotors, then you don't have to worry about taking that caliper bracket and stuff off, and you just undo these two pins on the back of the caliper. But I'll get it put on and I'll do a little walk around and back here. All right, there she is. It looks a little better. It's going to stop better, keep the brakes from getting so hot. It'll help with all that nasty dust and everything that gets all over them. That's the truck. There's going to be a paint job coming soon on this one. I'm doing a lot of work to this one. It was a manual work truck, so did the two-tone LT2 interior in here. Had some good cloth seats for it. Not much care for a leather seat. Just got a little body work. It's just an old work truck, but it's gonna be getting a paint job soon. Custom switchback mirrors. Headlights. They were nice, but the sun just beats the shit out of everything, especially here in Texas. But we did injectors on it, put this lift on it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We just gotta finish her up. She's almost there. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate it. If y'all made it this far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And stay tuned for more, because there's a lot coming for this truck. I wish I would have had this YouTube channel whenever I was doing all the work on it before, but we're gonna get it done, and it's gonna be a nice truck. Thank y'all.